Hello. Hello, this is the American Dreamer Show. I'm Bill Sefakar. I'm here with my trusty and patient crew.
Very, very, very patient crew.
Very trusting.
Very trusting and very patient.
Yes, that's John the Track Man and James the Whirly.
James the Whirly.
Okay. All right. Well, this is Bill Sefakar, and I'm here with you. And what you see and what we do, we have, no, it's supposed to be what we hear and what we do. We have a really big shoe.
Really big shoe.
Yes. Okay. It's been a really amazing week, John.
It has.
And I hope you can share.
It has been an amazing week. Why has it been amazing?
Well, I happen to have my teaching assignment at Alonzo High School. And that's right down the road from where I live. And I've taught there about 5 or 6 times, and I've been always trying to catch up with Dr. David Kalin and his son, Avi.
Yeah, David, he was on the show a while
He was
back.
our
Yeah.
guest. And Avi turned 16, and they invited me to their party at Kobe's Japanese restaurant.
Oh, nice.
It was really special.
Did you get one of those crazy chefs that like sang songs and stuff? And
Well, yeah,
put shrimp into his hat and
Well,
stuff?
it wasn't my birthday, so they didn't think
Oh.
they didn't care where I was. But anyway, Avi and first period, I look at my assignments for the classes. I nearly melted.
And the dudes in your class?
Well, before that, I look at the class, different subjects. First and second periods were the Holocaust.
Oh,
And I always bring my books.
yeah.
And the first book was Light, Courage, and Hope with Cantor William Halbin of blessed memory. And David worked with me on the book. Avi knew about how we put this together and went to Washington. We had that reception at the Embassy of Israel in Washington when the book was published about 8 years ago. But anyway, so that was amazing. And their first period was Avi Kalin.
There he was.
And he looked at me. I tried not to, give him the evil eye. But it was a wonderful class, and the kids took to, I had a special message about, and I had the books to show them with the ambassadors that wrote amazing things that were part of that story. Yeah.
So you're not your typical substitute teacher. No. It's not like, oh, we have a substitute tape, we're going to watch a film. No, Bill makes you
I give them something different
yeah.
to dwell on. And it was so amazing because they soak it up, these kids, whatever.
How old were these kids?
These were high school.
High school
kids.
This
was 10th grade for Avi. And the second period, I had a chance after we did the assignment to give them a little sample of the American Dreamer audition.
No.
America's Got Talent.
Okay.
And that too, American Dreamer. So that worked out really good. And, so I have the book and the guitar, and they say these things. They says, we're going to call you Mr. Wise.
Mr. Wise.
They picked up on something. I guess I must have, because I had things. And what it was, the third and fourth period had to do with multicultural stuff about, and had these stories and cartoons about women's rights and how they got their, right to vote and equal, for voting and the suffrage and everything and price. They get not price, so they need to get equal pay,
right,
for the work. So I gave them that special thing that you were trying to figure out. I wrote it on the board. It's easier when you see it. It says, no punctuation. Woman without her man is nothing. That was the men put the colon. Women without her man, comma, is nothing. Okay, woman without her man is nothing. But when the women did the punctuation, they did woman, colon, without her, comma, man is nothing. So that the women could, they'd appreciate, so they grabbed onto that.
You're going to have to write it on a piece of paper.
I'm going to do that. I had it done for this, but, I get so much stuff going. I will have it for the next show. I wanted to mention that our very dear compatriot, Joy Katzenguthrie, had to bow out of this show because she does so many wonderful things everywhere in the Tampa Bay area, from Sarasota up to Pasco County in Tampa, something else. She had to help out a church that their pianist had a fall and had a really terrible injury. And so she was asked to help out. And so part of her assignment was going to be Wednesday night. So she's going to be here a week from this Wednesday when I get back. So, John, you confirmed you have that time slot?
I have that time slot, yes.
And James, you're here. You are such a trusty individual.
James will just show up whenever we tell him.
And then when I surprise him on what new technical inserts and deviations.
Follow you.
That's the song. No, so anyway, but it was really cool. I was leaving for work that Friday morning, and on the television they say that Saturday, May 2nd, was Dr. Seuss's birthday.
Oh.
So here again, I had that little rhyme about, I wrote in when I was in one of the high school classes at Sickles. So when I went into the class, and it was really cute, I said, guess whose birthday? This is Friday the 1st. And I said, guess whose birthday it is today? And these kids are so sharp. They said, oh, it's Justin Bieber's birthday. Oh, I said,
Whoa. And you were like, who?
No, I knew, but I said, no, wrong. So what happened was, I told them, I said, it's Dr. Seuss's birthday tomorrow. So they said, well, why aren't we celebrating it tomorrow? I said, okay, who wants to show up tomorrow? It's Saturday, I said, yeah. And I said, that's why we're celebrating it today. So it was really perfect that, I could delve in with the stuff. So the stuff that I put together here has meanings far, far reaching beyond my control. Okay. So what I wanted to share with you is I have this shirt on, and I'm working with my colleague and cohort, Dan Rooney.
And what does the shirt say, Bill?
Well, could you read it? It's upside down.
It says teaching, and then there's a bunch of hands.
All over from the world, right? Reaching up.
Different ethnicities.
Yes, you got it.
And it says, I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony.
Right, that's one of
Just like the Coca-Cola song.
Yes, and we were going to sing that. Now, the other song, I really wanted to do a karaoke version.
And for those listening on the podcast, you can see the shirt on the YouTube channel.
Yes, Bill Cefikar, YouTube. So it was really fun. And the other song was Sing a Song, which is...
Sing a song, sing out loud, sing out strong.
And then, can you read the...
No.
Sing out strong.
Just make it your song.
Yes, and that's the message that we hear. Don't worry, it's not good enough for anybody else to hear.
Just sing a song.
Sing a song. But I was
la 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 la. Sorry.
La 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 la. Well, I was going to do the karaoke version, but my legal department,
the legal department said no go.
We would be singing it from behind bars. There would be not the bars on the clef, the treble clef. So anyway, I will sing this at another time next. After Joy comes over in the end of March, and I'll work on it. And then John, you heard what good lungs he has, so he's gonna.
That's what you think.
And then, but it was really fun. I put together a little bit of these icons, and then I decided which ones would go into for the T-shirt. And
okay. You what is it, like clip art?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
And then so I went over to Citrus Park Mall, and it's T-shirt creation, and it was a lovely, lovely young woman.
Of course, she was lovely. You were gonna,
and of
give
course
her...
she was young. And her name was Emma, and she's been here like about 4 months from Greece.
Oh,
So we hit off. She said she was from Macedonia, and I told her my grandparents came from Salonika. When I said, she looked on the map, it was Thessalonica.
Salonika.
That's how she remembered it. So it was really nice. Oh, John.
Oh, what?
Oh, you.
Oh, Mr. Carter.
Oh, I love that show. I love that. Thank you, John. You gave me such a bad Vibes last week?
I
'Cause-
did. I
Yes.
did.
Well, you always do. So this is nothing. In
I don't. I do not give you bad
vibes is not even the word. It's a strong word. But I had a problem because I was going to give you the shirt off my back.
Well, yeah, but I'm too
Extra large.
I'm too obese to fit your shirt.
No, you're extra large. A lot of
Right,
a lot of people are extra large. So last night when I had this shirt made, teach and sing. So you wanted this Beatles shirt.
Right.
So look at that beauty. Look at this beauty
What is
here.
this? This is a Sergeant Pepper shirt.
Of course, we were singing Sergeant Pepper. What
Extra
do you think,
large?
Jay? No, it's small. Okay.
Let me see that. I'm going to try that on.
All right, let's do that. Let's do that.
Wow. This is awesome. Thanks, Bill.
Pretty neat. Don't spill your drink on it because then it'll
Yeah.
have extra colors that we didn't pay for. we,
By the way, just for the record, Yellow Submarine is not on Sergeant Pepper. Sorry.
oh gosh, we'll have to do that whole show over. So it was really special. I did go to the.
Thank you very much. I'm going to wear this next week.
All right, I did go to the flea market because I got that shirt with the John Lennon with the
Yeah,
glasses.
yeah.
and it was new. It was brand new. They do have. It's not just second,
Yeah.
but this worked out better. So I'm glad we could do that. And we're going to hear from Dan Rooney after I sing the song because it's sort of an entree. Mr. Dan Rooney has worked incessantly working with
An
me.
entree?
And well, it's
Will there be any sides? Little
you
side
get
of mashed
two-
potatoes, maybe?
two sides.
Some
Well,
corn.
well, we have some Campbell's soup.
Wait. I want to know how a can of soup got into the studio.
Because it worked for me. Let me tell you, buddy, you better watch your diet because I'm worried about you.
Oh, I
Aren't
am
ya?
watching my diet.
Well, that's why we're going to do it. All right. So after we sing the song, we're going to have Dan call. We're going to talk to Dan, right, James? Okay.
Right.
All
Says
right.
James.
Ready
So-
to go.
All right. This is my Superman cup. It goes with my hat. It's usually you get special like you get a tie that matches with the shirt, and this is my Superman, and it says, "Look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a bird." No, that's Superman. Don't you remember that?
I'm going to get some kryptonite, Bill.
Wow, that'll put us out of business.
Yeah.
It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a cup of Tazo tea and a Superman mug.
Yes. Oh, this guy is so alert. He's a magnificent, magnifique.
Magnifique.
Magnifique. Okay, so for the first song, this is by the New Seekers.
What?
The New Seekers, I'd like to teach the world to sing.
That's the name of the band?
They did it. They're from Australia.
Oh, they're really old seekers now, aren't they?
They're not the very new Seekers.
They're not so new anymore. So
Okay.
I remember. Now I remember this when I was a little kid. I remember seeing the Coke commercial,
Yes.
and let's not turn this into a commercial.
No, we'll
but-
get sued again.
yeah. But,
second time.
yeah, go ahead. I'll let you play the song.
All right, but it's a beautiful song and it has a lot of meaning, especially with working with children and people and teaching and singing. We're broadcasting from another galaxy. Okay. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I like to hold it in my arms and keep it company. I'd like to see the world for once all standing hand in hand and hear them echo through the hills for peace throughout the land. Here you go, John. It's a song you sing. I like to build the world a home and furnish it with love. Grow apple trees and honeybees and snow-white turtle doves. That's the song I hear. Let the song world sing today. A song for peace that echoes on and never
It's the real thing.
It certainly is. That's the song I sing. Here we go, second round. I like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony.
Perfect harmony.
I like to hold it in my arms and keep it company. I like to see the world for once all standing hand in hand, and hear them echo through the hills for peace throughout the land.
It's the real thing.
I like to build a world at home and furnish it with love, and grow apple trees and honey bees and snow white turtle doves. That's the song I hear. Let the world sing today, a song of peace that echoes on and never goes away. That's the song I hear. Let the world sing today, a song of peace that echoes on and never goes away. A song of peace that echoes on and never goes away.
Whoa, what was I got? What, I got some kind of crazy reverb on my voice there?
Yeah, the reverb.
Don't do that to me.
Yeah, James. He has such control over.
Yeah, he's got control over us. No, you threw me a curve there. We were kind of practicing, and I kind of just threw in some backing vocals, and then I wasn't ready for that.
Well, we're gonna do sing a
Next
song.
time we have to have rehearsals for this.
We'll go into the studio.
Yeah,
another studio for the rehearsal.
Right.
Okay, so we're gonna call Dan Rooney.
We are.
Yes, is that correct, James? Oh, Dan? Is Dan in our?
Hey, Bill.
Wow!
Dan's there, just like magic.
Wowie, because
Okay.
yes, sir, Dan, you're the man.
Awesome.
And I want to tell the people here, our association goes back, almost 4 years. Correctamundo?
Only 4 years.
Yeah, close enough.
And
Only four.
it seems
4
like
very, very, very long years.
it
Dan.
seems like so long. Well, let me give the people out there and on Spreaker and also on our YouTube channel that our association started with the American Dreamer book, A Look into the Life of My Father, Joe Baby. And you did so much, you took over from one of the, I called her the blog lady.
The blog lady.
She started out, she was just finishing her college. She got a degree. And Tanya Brown was her name, Tanya. And so she had to leave for a family situation in Dallas. Her uncle was...
Sure, that's what she told you.
Well, no, I know. And then so I put in an ad in the paper, and there's another story. But Dan answered it, and he just took the reins. I mean, with getting the manuscript ready, working with me, and getting it published on Create Space and also GoDaddy and all these special softwares, Press, what is that, WordPress?
WordPress.
And did admirably. And now he's using what he did because this guy has worked on Dr. Biz Kids and education, which is what I've been doing with teaching and singing. Right, Dan?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So why don't you tell our good listeners what kind of special things that you work to help make this world better and what your dreams, how you look at what you want to do with the American dream.
Sure, absolutely. Well, first of all, I'd like to say thanks so much for having me on. I really appreciate it. You guys have done a wonderful job. Happy 21.
Yes, we turned
We turned
21.
21,
How do
wow.
you guys
Yeah,
feel
see
to
that?
21?
21 again.
We can go
Oh,
drinking and voting.
Yeah.
Let's do that tonight.
yes, absolutely. Well, I appreciate it, really do. Just the project of working on Joe Baby's lifelong legacy has just been a true honor.
Thank
I
you.
didn't get to meet Joe in person.
He's on
I
your
really feel
shoulders
like
too.
I know him just
Yes, Dan.
from putting everything together, and I mean, it's just been a truly amazing experience. And
Yeah, a
and
lot to
joining
show for it.
forces,
Thank you.
Which is a beautiful thing.
And you're adding to it because my dad wants me to keep working. He says, I got off easy on the book. He wants something more substantive. Keep the legacy going. But he was such a fundamentalist with education, with words and teaching. And he reached out. The library in Palm Harbor, East Lake Library, was part of his legacy that after he retired 3 times. And this is what it means. And we even have a reach out from the main library in Palm Harbor by Mr. Gene Piccolo, who wants us to possibly present stuff, maybe do some motivational speaking and talking with students and all people. I told them, I said, we teach, we reach out to children of all ages from 4 to 104.
Absolutely.
And so, what is this thing that you're roping me into with this Mr. Bill's Adventures?
Oh no!
Oh, you let the dog out. Who let the dog out?
Well, it's fantastic. Well, just going through your project and doing with Joe Baby's lifelong legacy and learning about legacy and what it meant to your father and the things he did, the way he raised his family and the ethics and just the values he stood by, just really taught me a lot of lessons during the course of our time together. And it just made so much sense to put that together and combine that with the children. I mean, we're all here. We all
Yes.
start the same way, and we all deserve a chance with relevant education that's going to help us, move forward in life and understanding that, it's about being happy and about living life happy and following your dreams and passions and doing what you love to do. And
Right.
there's nothing wrong with that.
You're never too old to learn, and every day and every way.
Never.
That's what we're promoting. And if it's part of your dream, you can latch onto that and go with it, right, Dan?
Yes.
What do you?
know it, though.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to take some extra energy, but I'm ready. I'm ready for this.
But may I ask now? So, how do we see this project unfolding? Like, give the audience a kind of a hint as to what the Mr. Bill. What are we calling it?
Mr. Bill's Adventures.
Mr. Bill's Adventures. Like so.
Yeah, basically the class is entitling, focusing on children of all ages. Initially, we'll be working with children 5 to 13, working in daycare centers and schools, private schools, camps, other associations that have children involved, homeowners associations and those things of those nature. And we're basically focusing on teamwork. Obviously, there's a music component to it. We like to teach through the music. Music's very connects with the children, connects with all of us, universal language, and so we find that's really important to have as part of the class that we're doing there. Goal setting, some money concepts, which of course is something that's not very highly talked about in the school system, and we feel that it's really important for children to have that understanding about money and finances at a young age, so they could definitely prepare better for going out there into the world and
Take on the challenges
Oh,
and
yeah.
meetings with
absolutely.
whatever things that happen, and make them accomplish things and feel good about it. Make them more of a difference without this.
So Bill's going to come in, play some music, and kind of
The beauty about what Bill has to offer the program and his class is the story, his upbringing, what
Right.
he's been through with his dad, and what he's accomplished on his own, and the things. It's just amazing. It's just
Thank you.
a fabulous story to share, and it really connects with people and motivates them to know that they can, get that spark inside them and go after their dreams and live life to the fullest.
Well, I've had a chance to see the reaction, response in the classroom and other venues. And, the songs like Sunshine on My Shoulders and On Top of Spaghetti. I got a bone up on that one. On top of spaghetti, all covered with cheese. I lost my poor meatball when somebody sneezed. That works for all ages. Anyway.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm getting hungry. Dan, we're going to have you back in person here, and I'll be.
Absolutely.
Thank you, sir. And I'll be feeding them.
Yeah, you want to host the show next week, Dan?
I'm going to be out of town. That's good.
Well, that's exactly my point. No, just kidding.
I was thinking of maybe coming over and having a little soup, and then maybe we can watch a little Superman.
There we go.
Oh, it ties in. Look at that. Right on.
Isn't
I'll
pays
use my
attention.
Superman cup for the soup. Oh, you got to stay tuned, Dan. There is a tie-in. I will tell you that. I promise you.
Can't wait to see what it is.
Okay. So let us put this on part 1, and you're going to be back, and I'll share with them our progress, where we are and where we're going.
Definitely.
And Dan, from the bottom of my heart,
Oh, Bill's getting teary-eyed.
well, for Klimt, we have a word in Yiddish for Klimt. You have done so much for this effort, and, my dad's looking over. He's better. I tell him, Dan needs some good things, just not kudos. We want to get some dollar signs, okay, your way. So that's what we're working on, and we'll see what happens. But that's not why we're doing it. We're doing it because we want it. We feel good about it, and it's going to make a difference. Thank you again, my good man.
Thank you, guys.
See you later, Dan.
Okay. Okay, well, it meant a lot to talk to this man. He's done a lot for me and the message that I've had to bring forth. All right, so I think that everybody is chomping at the bit why I brought this can of Campbell's soup.
There's always a riddle to solve on this show, and today's riddle is...
And two riddles I make up that you say, wow, where are we going? What did we do?
Yeah, right.
All right. In today's paper, I love to read. My dad was a proponent of looking and checking, and I guess it's in my DNA. So in today's Tampa Bay Times, there's an article about advice on salt limits. Get specific. And they talk about you really need to, just like cholesterol,
Yes.
you need to monitor your salt intake. And they tell you that said, restaurants and packages, you got to really check out. And they tell you about the little updated sodium adequate intake, 110 megagrams, and for infants and people, the different age groups. Very serious stuff. I'm going to cut it out. And I think I'm going to put it in my newsletter for March.
Okay.
But there's something I have been doing for years and years. I guess I got it from my folks because 15, 20 years ago, they were concerned with their sodium intake. And I look on the box tops and everything. And one thing that's really bothered me is that on the back of these labels for this, whatever, soup, cereal, they are really taking advantage of the consumer who, every day the layman. And I would always buy soup. On here it says calories and then sodium, less than 20 milligrams. And you can't find them anymore. Even chicken noodle soup, which is basic, there's a lot of broth and everything and carrots, it'll be 35
That's all in the fine print on the cans, right? Where
Well,
people can read
it's
that.
yes, but it's not fine. Believe me. They've breaking it up, preserving as opposed to for container. And when you have a preserving, you take maybe 3/4 of that, and then you have a little bit left over.
When I have a can of soup, if I take some chunky soup, I drink the whole.
Of course. All right. So now
So
they're
there's
getting
like
down.
there's like 3 servings in it. I was like, wait a
Right.
second.
And now this says healthy request. So you know that they're cutting back on this garbage. And it's sirloin burger with country vegetables. So how bad could it be? Well, so sodium is 18% for a half per serving and 39% per container. 39%. I mean, that just knocks your, like people watch calories and everything.
Well, it always drives me nuts when I see people putting salt on their food.
Oh, God.
It's like, don't you know it already it has salt in it?
God.
I mean, I don't even have salt in my house. I don't think. Not that I. Not that
Salt-free stuff with you.
I'm not the picture of health by any means, but I do not put additional salt on food that already has salt on it.
Well, maybe when I was growing up when Buzzer Bob, when we were in high school and we go to the diner in Syosset, they had these, the salt, shaker. And we used to empty them out and put milk in it. So we were saving them. Little did we know we were saving them.
The other day, I was having a delicious slice of pizza in Ybor.
You weren't putting salt.
No, I wasn't. I was putting Parmesan on it. And
Bill, I would just unscrew the top and leave it on.
will you let me tell my story?
Yeah, James.
So-
no, and then
So
chime in anytime.
I was having
James.
a delicious slice of pizza in Ybor, and I put some Parmesan on it, and the whole thing came off, and I had Parmesan all over my. It's like that's not what I had in mind. I was thinking of like Happy Days, when they used to do that to the waitresses. And,
I didn't even know you were going to be there.
yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, I have some inspirational quotes and sayings, but I've been very lucky. I go to the library and I get books out. And it was funny. I bought this book at the flea market. So I went to renew it. And he said, "Oh, this must be your book."
What is it?
Chicken Soup for the Teacher's Soul.
Chicken Soup for the Teacher's Soul.
Yes.
Okay.
Jack Canfield and Mark Victor Hansen. So they have stuff in the beginning of these books, of the chapters that they. And here's a cool one. It says, "Any kid can be a superman, a superstar." So I hope that Dan is still listening, because this is the kind of thing that he relishes. It says, "Blessed is the influence of one true, loving human soul on another." That was George Eliot. Blessed is the influence of one true, loving human soul on another.
Very nice.
And each chapter has an opening. This is Born a Teacher. Born a Teacher. Am I situated okay, Dan? I mean, Dan. James?
Dan, are you listening?
Dan, am I situated on YouTube? Can you tell me? Because I have this little thing over here with the microphone. It seems to be sticking around in my nose.
Well, that's the whole idea.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's supposed to be right in your
Go
face.
up your nose.
Yeah. See,
Okay.
now you're off mic. Now you're off mic.
No.
There we go.
I'm getting back.
Better. Okay.
Okay. So this is Born a Teacher. The people who influence you are people who believe in you. Henry Drummond. Right? That's pretty cool stuff. And this is on the magic pebbles. So that's chapter 7 or something. It is the habitual thought that frames.
Sorry.
You're a miracle worker. No, I can't hear. It's the. I was doing fine in my own world.
No, you weren't.
Alice in Wonderland world. Okay. It is the habitual thought that frames itself into our own life. That thought that frames itself into our own life thoughts. It affects us even more than our intimate social relations do. Our confidential friends have not so much to do in shaping our lives as the thoughts which we harbor. J.W. Teal. So that was that. And then this is a really interesting book about Be the Miracle by Regina Brett.
That's the name of the book.
Yes. 50 Lessons for Making the Impossible Possible. And start where you are. This is cute. There's an old saying that if you think you're too small to make a difference, you've never been in a tent with a mosquito. Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah, James just laughed when it was fun. Every time I hear that, my ears cringe at the thought of the power one little pesky little bug has to keep me up all night, itching all day. The truth is we are all big or small enough, or whatever size necessary, to make a difference. All right, that's my... I think we had a whole... What do you call it? A whole contingent of... All right, and one that... Gene Houston, Passion for the Possible. And looking... during the break, a number of people came up to me with an idea. Here it is. Like memory, imagination, creativity, he replied, I've been running so hard I've forgotten who I am. As a young man, I was filled with dreams and ideas. So many ideas. I want to get back. I want to get some of them back. I wanted some of those ideas, and we were idealistic, and we wanted to do and change. So that's the kind of thing that I think we're trying to revisit and reestablish. And one last thing, you need to do things that involve your imagination and vividly in your senses, wiggling your toes like you think about these things, and the hot sand and listening to the lapping rhythm of the ocean waves, the taste of fresh apricots. I have some. I was going to bring some. We'll have some later.
Well, I was having some earlier.
Yeah, right.
Our snack. Yeah.
The smell of freshly baked bread and a tender goodnight kiss. Well, that's not from you guys. It's the sound of galloping horses rolling in a pile of freshly fallen autumn leaves. Here's the movie. Having your cheek. Oh, here's cool. This is cool. I was thinking about JoJo. Having your cheek nuzzled and licked by a puppy or cat. Does your cats, do they nuzzle?
I do have one cat that will
Likes
actually, she'll rub her nose on me and lick she actually licks my ear.
Okay.
She's such a flirt.
Oh, gosh. Okay, we're going to do this second song. And we sort of did this, and the reason why it takes on an extra emphasis and appropriateness is because, I'm leaving this Friday. It's Wednesday the 6th. I'm leaving the 8th for Points North for my, I have a family gathering. It's a bar mitzvah of my first cousin's grandson, and I see my sister and family. And so I'm leaving on a jet plane. And so here we go. This all my bags are packed, I'm ready to go. I'm standing here outside your door. Ready, I'm so lonesome I could cry. But the taxi's waiting, he's blowing his horn. I think I should have left.
Are you leaving on a jet plane, Bill?
I think I should have left about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah. What's going on?
Here we go. Well, I came back, and so I'm leaving again.
Okay.
Here we go. All my bags are packed, I'm ready to go. I'm standing here outside your door. Hate to wake you up to say goodbye, but the dawn is breaking, it's early morn. Taxi's waiting, he's blowing his horn. Already I'm so lonesome I could die. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, babe, I hate to go. So many times I let you down. So many times I played around. I tell you now, they don't mean a thing. Every place I go, I'll think of you. Every song I sing, I'll sing for you. When I come back, I'll bring your wedding ring. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, babe, I hate to go. Okay, gentlemen and ladies, and we are going to wrap this thing up. How much time we have?
We can't tell you.
Oh, I can't see it because I don't have my glasses. You can-
I can tell you that you have to wrap the show up, though.
You're at an advantage again, but I just want to share something with you. This time of the year, I thought I was over the cold situation because I had a lot of friends that have colds and stuff. And I was at morning prayers and stuff, and I hear this coughing incessantly in back of me. And I could feel it. You know, it was that nastiness and that cough. 2 hours later, by lunchtime, I had a scratchy throat, and I was really starting to get this, and I'm taking some medication, some Claritin, Walgreens derivative. So please watch who you're breathing next to and breathing and hearing. If you hear something, it could be just as bad.
Oh, you mean like me being in the same room with you right now?
You guys got it. Whatever I have, take it with
Whatever
you.
you have, we're going to catch, right?
So, Bill, just don't make out with the woman sitting next to you on the plane.
Gosh, I hate when, I mean, you know when the last time that happened?
Never.
That's a good answer. But what about all the relatives? All my relatives, I'm going to have to wear a mask. You know, it's funny because my sister is coming in from out of town, flying in to BWI, and my brother-in-law, Lee,
Where's BWI?
Baltimore, Washington International.
Okay, thank you.
My sister, Bonnie, and my brother-in-law, Lee, is coming in from their home outside the outskirts
And
of
you're going to
Washington.
get them all sick.
And we're driving for 3 hours. He's picking us up both. I have 2 hours before she gets in. And then we drive up to New Jersey.
Oh, God.
Oh, man, they're going to put me on the roof. They're going to get one of those carriers. What do they call that? You know, for the cars.
Yeah.
They're going to strap me to it. Okay, listen, everybody, I'm going to miss you. Really, 21 weeks going. I love you all. I don't know if I can see the love on your face, but I'm sending the love out there because this means a lot. And my brethren here are doing wonderful things to help this message go out. So thank them. If you're not calling me to thank me, call in to thank them. Okay? Be good, be smart, be wise, be loving and caring. This is Bill Sefakar. Go forth and prosper and make this world better. Thank you.